Hey everyone, Nick here and welcome back to GamerTube, and welcome back to our Five Nights at Freddy's character concept series. So in today's video, the character we're looking into is Alex the Ant. So we'll take a look at their gameplay mechanics, their location, their backstory, and all that good stuff as well. As always, I will just state that everything I say in these videos isn't actually linked to the overall universe and lore of FNAF. This is just a what if scenario and a cool creepy story we get to tell, and we hope you enjoy. And lastly, before we start today's video, do be sure to subscribe to GamerTube as it helps out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. It also keeps you up to date with all the videos that we post. Alrighty, well, let's take a better look at Alex the Ant. So far in our character concept series, we were introduced to the Freddy Fazbear Insect Kingdom pizzeria. An insect-themed pizzeria that housed a number of bug characters. The cast of characters of the Insect Kingdom oddly shared similar traits to the original Fazbear cast of characters. So far, the characters we've met have been Bella Bee and Roy the Rhino Beetle. We've gone through both of these deranged animatronics' backstories and reasons for stalking the player. So now we move on to our next character. And this character is Alex the Ant. Alex was the ant character of the Bug Buddies band. The engineers designed Alex after numerous species of ant. They gave Alex a friendly appearance with a big toothy smile. The engineers toyed around with the idea of giving Alex mandibles, but they thought it might be a bit too frightening for the children. Alex was given a bright blue colour scheme with some subtle differences. They had two antennas just like Bella Bee, but these antennas were made of a stronger material. Their forearms also had 4 little spikes/hairs on either side. Alex's eyes were eerily similar to another classic Fazbear Entertainment character. Alex's character traits that were programmed into him were cool, boastful, chilled out, and rockstar attitude. So for Alex's role up on stage, he was the main guitarist. He would play the electric guitar up on stage next to Bella and Roy. Like most of the Fazbear animatronics, Alex didn't really have the ability to play the guitar. What the guests heard was merely recording that played over the speakers. Here and there, in between songs, Alex would have his own guitar solos. Like the majority of the equipment in the Insect Kingdom, Alex's guitar was handed down from an older pizzeria. Who the guitar previously belonged to, no one really knew. It was in pretty bad shape when they got it, but the employees got it looking new and shiny once again. So Alex was considered to be quite the crowd favourite. Their popularity amongst all the guests has always stayed steady. Amongst all the other characters, Roy and Alex were considered to be best friends. The employees always noticed the two together and decided to go ahead and make it a part of their promotional material. So, all in all, Alex was considered to be quite the well-behaved character. That was until they had their unfortunate incident. So, of a nighttime, Alex has always been the most active animatronic. When all the characters were set into their free roam setting, Alex would always be the one to start moving immediately. They roamed around the pizzeria for hours through the night. The security guard would often report hearing a strange sound coming from Alex. Whenever they were roaming around, they could hear them in the distance. It was a pretty strange and off-putting sound, but the manager assured the security guard that it was just a fault in their voice speaker box. They never made this noise during the daytime, it was mainly at night whenever they were roaming around. The manager arranged the repair worker to come in and check up on Alex in the next few days. In the meantime, they had to put up with that strange sound. So the day finally came for Alex to receive their maintenance check. This now brings us to the first gameplay segment of the video. The player would once again take on the role of the repair worker. They needed to open up Alex and take a look at his faulty voice box. So the player would have to be extra careful when accessing Alex's internal mechanics. They don't want to move hastily and accidentally activate Alex whilst they were right in front of them. The player would start off by slowly removing the fabric from Alex's bottom jaw. This would reveal their metal endoskeleton jaw. Behind this jaw was a latch to open their chest compartment. But before the player does that, Alex's eyes are looking a little dirty. It'd probably be best if they took them out and gave them a clean. So they would need to start slowly removing them one by one. Once they've taken them out, then the eyes would need to be placed in the cleaning receptacle. This now reveals the two bright red LED eyes that hid behind the plastic eyeballs. Alex sure is creepy looking without their eyes, that's for sure. Now it's time to open their chest cavity. The player would reach into the jaw and open the latch. Finally, it's time to check out that faulty voice box. As they open Alex up, the repair worker is shocked to see that Alex doesn't have a voice box. There's no trace of it anywhere. How could this be? What on earth was making that strange sound then? All of a sudden, the player hears a loud grinding sound. As they look over, they can see the cleaning receptacle has malfunctioned and ground up Alex's plastic eyeballs. Suddenly, the player sees the bright red light as they notice Alex has sprung to life. The repair worker knows this isn't going to end well for them. The next morning, the employees found the wounded repair worker and a badly damaged Alex. It appears that Alex has attacked the repair worker, but they managed to fend them off with whatever tools they had on hand. The repair worker was sent to hospital and was in a stable condition. They weren't able to give a statement on what happened just yet, so in the meantime the workers kept a close eye on Alex. They stored them in the repair room until they could figure out what to do with them. But when nighttime came, nothing could stop Alex from roaming around the pizzeria. Alex searched the repair room and all throughout the pizzeria to find the replacement eyes. But unfortunately, the Insect Kingdom pizzeria didn't have any spare eyeballs on hand. The only place Alex hasn't checked is the security office. Of a daytime, it's always locked. The only time it's unlocked is when that damn security guard is hiding inside. So, throughout the night, Alex wants to check out the security office to try and find the spare eyeballs. So now this brings us to the core gameplay segment of the video. Like always, the gameplay in these videos is modelled after the classic FNAF formula of observation and management. So throughout the night, our security guard character has been fending off all the crazed animatronics. They've had to deal with Bella B, Roy the Rhino, and now Alex the Ant. So, like I stated, of a nighttime, Alex is the most active character. They'd be able to roam around freely from 12 AM to 6 AM. They would also be able to approach from either door. But one difference with Alex would be their ability to access the vents. So not only would they approach from the doors, but they would also try to get the player through the vents. Whenever the player sees Alex crawling through the vents, they would need to blast them with the extinguishers. This blast would frighten the animatronic and it would scurry away. Whilst looking at the vents, this would give Bella and Roy the opportunity to enter the office. So once the player was done with Alex in the vents, they'd need to look back immediately. The player would also be able to hear if Alex was approaching. In the distance, the player would be able to hear Alex's creepy voice. So on the security cameras, players would be able to keep track of where Alex was. He would always be on the move and wouldn't stay in one location for very long. When outside the closed doors, Alex would tend to move on quite quickly. This would typically make Alex one of the easier characters to avoid. The player could spot them through the window to see if they were still out there or not. So if Alex is trying to get you from the doors or the vents, they wouldn't be the most difficult animatronic. But how Alex jump scares the player would be very similar to Bonnie. If the player isn't quick enough, Alex would be able to sneak into the office. Once inside, he wouldn't immediately attack the player. Instead, he would wait until the player looks at the monitor and then strike when they're finished looking. When the player returns from looking at the monitor, they would be greeted with a classic FNAF jump scare. So I think Alex would be a great addition to the Insect Kingdom roster of characters. An ant character would definitely fit in well with all the other bugs. Like we said, it wouldn't be the most difficult character to deal with, but they would definitely be frightening nonetheless. Alrighty everyone, well that's all we have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, commenting and subscribing, as it helps out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. Also let us know in the comment section down below what you thought of Alex the Ant and what you'd like to see going forward. Alrighty everyone, well until the next video, I'll catch you later, bye.